Hello and welcome to the Spirit Safe. My name's Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Now, one of the things I was hoping to do this year was a Glenfarclas vertical, going through the age statement bottlings of Glenfarclas from the 8, 10, 12 and upwards. And I did the 8 and 10 early in the year. And then I was going to do the 12, but I don't have a bottle of it. I'm trying to make some room on the shelf. But what I do have from Glenfarclas is the 105. It's a no age statement bottle at cask strength. Glenfarclas, I really love Glenfarclas. I've reviewed the 8, 10 and 21 year old actually quite a while ago. Now some of the 105 bottlings do have a discrete 10-year age statement at the back. This particular batch doesn't. But they're always at 60% ABV. In terms of price, it really does vary. Now, in the UK, it sells for about £50, which is okay for something that's from Glenfarclas and 60% ABV. In BC, it sells for 125 Canadian, which is really quite high. But then in Alberta, where I bought this bottle, the regular price is around 80, 85, which is, I think, very, very good. And I actually got it for about 75, which I think is an absolute steal. I should really have bought a couple of bottles at that price. So generally, this sells quite keenly priced. But in BC I think is the exception. And for some reason, it trades at quite a big premium from the 12. So although this doesn't hold an age statement, I think it's probably fair to say it's around the 10-year mark, because some batches are marked with a 10-year age statement. I do like the black label here, the very unfashionable, but I really hope they never change it, this angled script for Glenfarclas. I really hope that never goes anywhere. This slightly, again, unfashionable tube with the 105 detail there. I actually think this is quite smartly packaged. So 60% ABV, cask strength whiskey. Let's see what we have. A lot of sherry. As expected, fresh fruit, green bananas, baked apples with cinnamon. A bit of a herbal note going on, a little bit of perfume. There's tobaccos, raisins, figs, dates. Vanilla, baking spices, Christmas spices. Lots and lots of oak, a very oaky profile compared to the 8 and 10 that I've reviewed already. Cocoa, plums, sort of a very slight wisp of smoke. And I'm already beginning to pick up a soapiness, which I get with the 12 and the 10, and I think that's a mark of quality and part of the Glenfarclas style is to have a slight soapiness to the nose. Cream, spice rum, a little bit of maltiness, but the maltiness is really hidden beneath the sherry and the quite heavy oaks. So the typical malt profile of Glenfarclas is really, I won't say it's overwhelmed by the oak, but it's sort of hidden. You do pick it out occasionally, but all the spicy, heavy oak and heavy sherry notes do sort of blanket the malty character. A bit of citrus rind. And yet it does have an alcohol note just at the back of the nose there. It's not prickly, it's not feeling too young. Ooh. Big sherry oak influences. Rich, spicy and intense. There is an intense alcohol note there, somewhat dry and peppery, but it has a thick mouthfeel, very full-bodied, big sherry influence. Juicy apple, cherries. Chocolate, liqueur chocolates, dried fruit, spiced rum, Demerara sugar. On the palate, but 60% ABV, relatively young whiskey, and you can tell that there's a lot of oak to penetrate through, so I give it a tablespoonful of water and then just a couple of drops. Will take quite a bit of water. That's changed instantly. More malt, a lot more nuttiness. Caramel, peach stones. Starting to pick up more of the distillery character, that soapiness, that lightly perfumed soap, apple and pear notes, mixed nuts. Mint, spearmint. It's retaining its sherry character. Candied ginger, barley sugar, after 8 mints. Unsweetened cocoa, still big oak profile, but adding some water has allowed some of the malty characters to come through. And still retained a big alcohol note there. It's still, I won't say tingles a bit, but you still notice the alcohol. It's sort of a vibrant maltiness now with all of that sherry influence, floral, perfumed. A bit more vanilla, still a wisp of smoke. Creamier, much creamier, with a little bit of water in it. Fresh ginger, candied ginger, pepper, oak, sweet citrus. Still rich, fruity and spicy, honeyed mouthfeel now. And honey on the finish as well. Brown Demerara sugar, and it has a vibrancy, it has a quality that's very definitely there, very definitely Glenfarclas. The finish is of liqueur chocolates, cocoa, apple cider vinegar, raisins, nuts, honey and toffee, mocha, soapiness, slight savoury and citrus peel. So we've got something of, I think, undeniable quality here. You know, it's relatively young, it's very high ABV, it's probably not for beginners. And I feel like this is something that Glenfarclas produces for the enthusiast, and they keep it keenly priced in most markets, not in BC. But you see this for £50 GBP, or if you're in the US or whatever, or if you're in Alberta and you see this for 80, it's highly recommended. At 125, like it is in BC, it's got a bit of competition, maybe. You know, you can get a lot more age than you're getting here. but you know, cask strength product, well made whiskey, well put together, and I hope it continues to be available for a sensible price for many years to come. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review, and take care, and speak to you soon. Cheers.